Yeah, you can toss it. It's probably supposed to go into the compost.
What's this salsa is growing? I have a look though.
Oh, my love, my thing fell. Would you fix that?
Yeah, give me just a moment.
Thank you. Hey guys.
Oh, she's taking her clothes off.
We're going to be I'm on my live now.
Oh, sorry.
So we're going to be starting soon. We're going to do rune card readings. We're going to answer yes or no questions for free. I am using my Kokarina & Co. Cosmic Whispers deck. This is an Elder Futhark deck. This has 24 in this set here. This is Norse divination. So if you have a yes or no question, I will answer that for free. So please put your yes or no questions into the chat and I will answer those. I also do in-depth readings. So if you would like a live in-depth reading, which is many cards instead of just one, or a quick answer, you can find that in my link tree up here. Crystal, should I move on? You should absolutely move on. Looks like you need to find some consistency somewhere. Claudia, will N catch feelings for me in the future? Ooh. Yes. Will the pain of betrayal go away soon? Yes, it always does. You need to create a safe space for yourself. That requires some work on what you need, what it is that makes you happy, what makes you feel secure, what makes you feel safe, and then acquire those things, or acquire that space. Mental, physical, emotional. You're welcome. Will my mom leave the church? Man, I hope so. Yes. Convincing someone to leave the church requires them to understand that their value does not come from a supreme being, because there is no supreme being, that there is value in your soul and retaining the ownership of your own soul. Those are very big hurdles for someone who's leaving the church to get over. You must remember, people who are in the church have sold their soul to a demon. They get their heaven. It's just, you know, they don't get to do anything else. Like their soul ends, their algorithm ends. If reincarnation exists in any form, it is therefore prevented and stopped when you sell your soul to something else, right? So it's a lot of effort to get a Christian or an Abrahamic follower away from that, because you have to encourage them or help them understand that they have inherent value, that their soul now has a value, and that selling it to something for some, you know, supposed future is unrealistic. It's brainwashing, it's programming, it's unhealthy. Good luck. Erica, would Luis react in a positive way with the note I will give him? Ooh. Yes. If you have a yes or no question, please put it into the chat. I answer yes or no questions for free. I am using my Elder Futhark rune deck today, as always, for yes or no questions. If you like this deck, there is a direct link up in my link tree. If you would like an in-depth reading, you can get that by checking out my link tree as well. I always answer yes or no questions for free. So please put those into the chat, and I will answer them as they come through. What does a no look like? A no is a face down. So face down, no. Face up, yes. The card is always relevant to the question. So if it's a no, and then it's this card, this is the consistency card. So there's either missing consistency or a lack of that as a supplement to the no, whatever your question might be. Will my marriage work? Yes. But you actually have to do something about it. You know that there is a path to having a successful marriage, but you haven't taken any steps at all because you're afraid of failing. Stop being a baby. Use your words. Set your boundaries. And honor your boundaries. If you want it to work, and you want the other person to respect you, they have to know what it is to respect. They have to know what the rules are, what you want, what you don't want. If they don't know those things, they can't give them to you. And if you tell those things and they don't respect it, then it's time to move on. Someone said they like this deck. This is my favorite deck. This is the Kokorina & Co. Elder Futhark deck. This is their Cosmic Essence deck. It is in my link tree. It's a direct link. I don't get commission if you buy a deck. They are expensive, but worth it, in my opinion. Nikki, will I hear from Willie again? Yes, but he's being shy. Doesn't know how to reach out. Afraid that they're going to mess up. I want to start learning runes. Can you make your own? You can absolutely make your own runes. You can make your runes out of whatever you want. They can be rocks, they can be sticks, they can be pieces of paper. I watercolor painted a set of runes and then covered them with tape, and that is a set of runes that I use. The runes are just sticks, and sticks can be anywhere. You can put them on anything. Going through a divorce, what do your cards say about that? Find safety. Create a safe space. You're going to need to fight for what you deserve and what you are owed. You will have to be meaner than you think. You will have to be more curt than you think. It doesn't mean go out, be mean, and cause a scene, but you're going to have to be stronger than you've been before, because this is the boss battle. And in this boss battle, your job is to acquire as much as you possibly can for your comfort and for what you deserve, right? So make sure that you create a safe space for yourself and perhaps your family, your children, in this time frame to ensure that everybody gets what they need. If you have a yes or no question, please put it into the chat. If you would like an in-depth reading, you can get that by checking out my link tree, which is up here. I accept PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. You're welcome. V, will Jacob reach out this year? Yes. Will you ever be sober? You will be sober when you choose that, my dude. Sobriety is all about you and overcoming the obstacles required. If you want it bad enough, you will get there, and you can do it. Will I find a good job with great pay? Yes. Command your worth. Are my daughters safe? Your daughters are struggling right now. They are facing a lot of resistance at this point in time. If I've answered a question for you, send a couple of likes. Tap that screen, send some confetti, or follow me. I'm online several times a week, and I always answer yes or no questions for free. Am I in the right profession? Yes. Katie, should I take the new job? Yes. Should I stay? It says you're afraid to leave, is what it says. It says that you stay because you don't know how to leave. You've already made your decision, you already have your path, but you're afraid of taking the steps. If you want to leave, you must actually take those steps. Please be safe. Julia, will I hear from Sergio today? Probably yes. Shannon, should I keep Michael blocked? Yes, always. If you took the time to block them, they do not need to be in your life. You can do better. There are higher quality people that are in your area that will love you without causing you strife. Clementine, will I ever get a job? Of course you will. But you don't seem to be focused on that. There seems to be something else that you need right now, more than a job. Money, everyone needs money. But your focus is on something else. There's something else that you need to be working on. Kaylin, should I move when my lease ends? Yes. Thank you for the gifts. If you have a yes or no question, put it into the chat. If you would like an in-depth reading, you can get that by clicking on my link tree, which is in my profile. Also, this is my only account. This is my only channel. So I will never message you randomly. If you ask me on a live to message you, I will. You'll know that you're going to hear from me. But I will never randomly message you for services ever, 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 ever. So if someone reaches out to you pretending to be me, it is not me. Check the follower count. We're at over 9,000. We are on our way to 10,000. So just check the follower count. Will I ever get happily married? Yes, once you learn how to voice what you actually want from a partner. Edith, will I be blessed soon? I don't know what that means. You're struggling, and it's going to continue to suck for a while, but it looks like it will get better soon. Are me and my boyfriend going to get back together? Don't. Move on. I bet you there's a higher quality partner available to you. Thank you for that. Will I find love in July? No. You will find bloodlust in July. Tree, am I aligned for what I am manifesting? The odds are looking quite good, friend. How do you get a reading? You can get I answer yes or no questions for free, so you can put that into the chat. If you want an in-depth reading, you can go to my link tree. Just as a timestamp to make sure everyone knows this is not a recording. Today is Sunday, July 10th. What time is it? It is... What time is it? 2:28 p.m. It's 2:28 p.m. Mountain Time, Sunday, July 10th. All right, yes or no questions. Will I meet my future significant other this year? Yes, you will. Try one more time, yes or no? No. It is not going to happen. Should I go back to work? No. Looks like there's something about safety and secrecy. Good secrecy, not sketchy secrecy. I only answer fertility questions in exchange for money. Those are the only questions I don't answer for free. Should I go back to school? No. Thank you. Will my house sell soon? Yes. Violet, will I ever get my dream job? No. It looks like you're going to have to fight for the thing that you want. Delilah, does Johnny have feelings for me? This card just kind of flew out, so I'll take that as a yes. Grace, will I ever work from home? I hope so, friend. The process of working from home requires good time management skills, the ability to separate your work from your home life, and the ability to be able to do work on your own without being micromanaged. I've worked from home for 12 years. I love it. I work in the tech industry, but it requires you to separate your work from your home. It requires you to have hard stops, hard things for work so that you're not always working. It requires you to have a separate space as well. Like my desk here is separate from my sleeping space. It is separate from other places. I still hang out here a lot, but like I physically put my laptop away when I'm done working and stuff like that. I've worked from home, again, my whole adult life. I love it. It is amazing. I got lucky in the tech field. You know, I do product management and product marketing, which endless jobs available in that industry. I can do coaching. I don't ever offer that on these lives, but if you're looking to get into tech, I can help you get started in some spaces, just pointing you in some directions or giving you real life what it's like to work from home information. Katie, does Carl have feelings for me? Yes. Thank you for the background. My cousin actually gave this to me as a gift. And let's see, I can move this up. You can see there the whole thing. It's actually the moon. It's a little ruffled right now. But it's this huge tapestry. It takes up my whole background. It's beautiful. I really like it. It's nice and basic. It's not too distracting. And I can use this at work because, again, this is where I sit and work. So, will me and Jordan get married? No, you will not. Will a career in tech sales be profitable for me? What a convenient question. Let's find out. Oh, that's you. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate it. I love this thing. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's the right amount of detail for the background. I don't like too much color because, well, I work in tech and I deal with white men all day. So this is just enough to be interesting without having to worry. Natalia, will I be happy with Patrick by this month? You guys are struggling. Good luck. He's going to resist you. And guess what? Don't forget, men are not projects. We are not here to make men better. We are here to accept men exactly as they are today. And if that's not good enough, we move on to something that is. Because we don't grow men. That's not what we do. It's not our job. Will I ever be happy again? Yes, but you have to learn how to use your words. You're so stuck in your feelings right now that you don't know how to use your words. Connect your feelings to your words. Write it down, make some art, scream it out, go for a walk. Get that extra out so that you can deal with your feelings more appropriately. Because when they overwhelm you like that, it's really hard to actually deal with them, right? But you want to deal with them in the present because that's actually the healthy way to do things is to deal with your feelings as they're happening, right? And so connecting the feeling to the thought, to the emotion, to the trigger will help you feel a little bit more well-rounded. So good luck. Scar, am I on the right path job-wise? Yes. Someone asked me a silly question. Was it my question? What is your question? That's what I don't understand. Are you trying to trick me and ask me if I'm trying to guess your question? That's not what type of magic we're doing here. This is real life shit. I'm not here to sell you gimmicks. Can I elaborate? I've already forgotten the question, so you'll have to remind me. Does Scott still love me? Yes. Do you provide financially for Scott? Because it seems like if you were to remove some financial and comfort of life things from that relationship, would that person still be interested? If you think the answer is no, you're probably right. Is being a writer the right career path for me? Let's find out. Yes. All right, I see that I got a donation. Let me check and see who it is. It looks like someone probably has a yes or no question. If you can give me your first name and your question, I will answer it. Or if it was just a one card, let me know. Patricia, will Simon marry me? No. I asked you to elaborate on if I'm on the right path job-wise. The answer was yes, right? I think I remember that. It seems like you're feeling reserved about it. Isa means meditation, thoughts, too much going on. And so it seems like you have reservations, and it seems like you're struggling in a short-term method with your work. Like you're having some situational issues. Those are not indicative of your industry, though. It seems like the place that you're at is probably the not where you're supposed to be, even though the industry might be correct. And then it looks like you're looking for a way out, but you're being a baby. Let's see. Hi, that was me, Sophie. Do I need to worry about their past relationships? Let's find out. All right. Do I need to worry about his past relationships? Yes. He's talking to his past relationships, which if they're a normal human being and they're able to have relationships out like after they part ways and have a normal relationship, that's fine, right? But if you have concerns about it, then there's a concern. Ideally, we should be able to talk to any people in our lives without there being an issue or problems with, jealousy or them being sketchy, right? Good luck. Hi, Sarah. I saw you were on last night, and I actually saw that you were on even later last night, so I think you did a power session. How did it end up going? I have people here visiting, otherwise I would have been on longer. Is Brian creating distance because he loves me? Yes? It seems like toxic patriarchy shit. Shar, will I be engaged this year? No, you will not. How do I get a reading from you? You can get a reading from me by going to my link tree up here. There's lots of different options and services there. I answer yes or no questions for free here as well. If you would like an in-depth reading, but you don't want me to do it on the live, you want it to be private or an email or something, I also do those kinds of things in my link tree. Just in the comment, tell me what you want. I tag people in videos a lot these days. Hiru, will I marry a cliche? I think it was a cliche. Yes, you will. Did he cheat? Yes. Sorry. Actually, he cheats a lot. He won't stop. It's time to move on. I will only answer fertility questions in exchange for money because, being perfectly honest with you, I do not care about the unborn at all whatsoever. I must be financially motivated to answer fertility questions. Val, will he understand me? I'm feeling a bit down. Was this question answered? So don't please post again. It says that he will understand you, but it will take a really long time. Is that something you're willing to do, is wait? Wait for a man to grow so that he can understand you? There is another partner out there, non-gender specific. There are lots of people who are out there that will love you properly the way that you want today, without you having to wait, without you having to beg for it, without you having to make concessions. Like, that type of love is available to you. It is difficult to find. And it will be even more difficult to find if you settle. Because settling means that you've prevented your opportunity for finding something that might be more compatible for you, just because you were willing to move down a certain path. How much for fertility questions? You just pay for something up in my link tree. All right, I just got another Linktree request. It was a 1 card or a yes or no question. Please tell me, I don't know what your name is in this one. I have your email. Oh, I do have your name. Tell me your name, and then I can answer your question. If you paid for a reading just now for a 1 card, tell me your name, and I'll reconcile. Will I succeed in my current job? Yes, but you must speak up. Yes, it was for a 1 card reading, but you must tell me your name. There it is. Samantha, will I get full custody of my kids? Not at this time. You're going to have to fight for it. Ingus means something new. It means that you've started something. It's in the works, but it's not ready yet. Time is required when Ingus shows up. I wish you the best of luck. $5 for fertility? Sure, I will answer fertility question for $5. Oh, here's another one. Oh, here's an in-depth reading. If you paid for an in-depth reading, please tell me your name.
It's Jenny.
Hmm?
Jenny. I think it's Jenny.
Nope, it's not. Someone else. Well, you have to reconcile the first name, because sometimes people will try and claim other people's readings. So you got to confer the first names. All right, if you paid for an in-depth reading, please give me your first name. I think it was PayPal. And then I got a Cash App payment too. All right, there's 2 Cash App questions. So I'm going to answer those really quick too. Let's see here. Holy buckets. All right, I've got like 3 people in my queue here. So let's answer the first Cash App question. The first one is for Sydney. Sydney wants to know, was not going to Tampa the right move? Yes. Staying out of Tampa was a good move. And then the second Cash App is for Jenny. Jenny wants a 1 card reading. Let's see what your 1 card reading is, Jenny. You're welcome, Sydney. Thank you. Jenny, your rune is Kinas. Kinas is the Loki's rune. This is the rune that comes to us when we are looking for information. This is the transformative information rune. This is the torch in the dark. This is fire given to man. This is knowledge. This is clues and secrets and following breadcrumbs away from wherever you are into a new place. This is a masculine rune and a feminine rune, but this is a fire rune. This is Loki. And so when this rune comes to us, it means that we are supposed to be learning something. There's clues, there's hints. Keep an eye out for new things to be learning. It also might indicate that if you're following on a specific path, keep moving that direction because you're learning a lot. And then here is also feminine esoteric magic. So if you are working on your feminine side and working on gaining more like divine feminine type, magic or source type stuff, Kinas is a good rune for that as well. Thank you very much, Vicky and Sydney and Jenny. Oh, Vicky just paid actually. Vicky, should I divorce my husband? Let's find out, Vicky. Whoosh. Yes, divorce your husband. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot for it, but it is a gift, and it is a gift that you will bear through pain. That doesn't mean that you won't get anything from it, but it means this will be difficult. Good luck. All right, I got through all of my cash apps, so I'm going to wipe those out so they're gone. I still haven't seen a comment come through. If you were the person who paid for the in-depth reading about 5 minutes ago, please tell me your name so that I can give you your reading. If I don't hear from you by the end of the live, then I will send it to you in an email.
Scarlet Jet 22 said she bought an in-depth reading and her name is Amy.
Oh, there it is, Scarlet. Thank you, Scarlet. There you are. I apologize. Scarlet, thank you. You are here. Amy is here. Okay. I see you. I see your comment. I appreciate you. I want to do your reading now. Did you have anything specific that you wanted me to do a reading on, or would you like a generic reading to get a feel for what you need or what you might be missing? Jill, will I get the job I just interviewed for? Yes. I refuse to answer tenant questions because I think landlords are garbage. How much are readings? You get to decide. There's lots of different options up here in my link tree. You're welcome. Landlords are trash. We hate them. Landlords and cops. Who is my spirit guide? Well, unless you're indigenous. I'm not answering that question. Amy, let me know what your question is or what your specific, if you had one. If not, just say general, and then I can give you the reading like whatever reading you're needing. Will me and my boyfriend get married? Yes, but you must communicate. Sarah, will Sean stop me from moving to California? Yes, he will work very hard to come at you. Chiwas is the justice rune, the war rune, the bloodlust rune, so it's like a battle. It will be a battle. He will make it very difficult. Amy, general reading and whatever the cards speak to you. Okay, so let's see what we got for you today. Well, there's one. I'm going to pull a bunch and then I'll give you the info. You just sent on Venmo? Thank you. I will check when I'm done with this reading. Oop. Second rune is Perthro. Yera is the third rune. Kinas reversed is the fourth rune. Isa is the fifth rune. I'll give you explanations on these. Suilo, and then Otala. Okay, so it's hard to see them where you are. So the first three runes we have are Fehu, Perthro, and Yera. This is probably the space that you're in, where you're disconnected and where being connected will help you. So first three, Fehu. Fehu is the wealth rune. This is the rune when we are making money, when we're buying stuff for the house, when the bills are paid, when we're able to create like security and consistency for our families, and we're able to produce something for a long period of time. So it's not quick money, it's long-term money. And it's not just money either, it's whatever makes you feel most secure, which tends to be money and housing and jobs and food and stuff like that. The second rune here is Pertro. Pertro is the fate rune, or the odds are good, but we don't know for sure rune. So this one comes to us, Pertro, when we are seeking really big questions. We have big questions that we don't have answers to. Either we literally don't have the information, or they're questions that can't be answered, or we're being a little cyclical with our thoughts, etc. So these questions that don't have answers kind of rattle around in this box. Pertro is a sign from, I guess, the universe saying we recognize your desire, we recognize your intent, and we think that you're going to be okay. But there's not enough visibility from here to here to actually say that, yes, you're going to be okay. This rune is really good for travelers and sailors because it shows that there's good odds, but it doesn't guarantee success. And your third rune here is Yira. Yira is what does guarantee success. The odds are good for a good harvest. Yira is the harvest rune, and it comes to us when we're about to reap the reward for something that we've been working on. So if you've had a combination of good weather and sunshine and hard work and a little bit of luck, you've got a lot of crops and you're about to produce a bunch of food that will feed you for the rest of the year. If you had bad luck, if there was bad weather or you lost your crops, it's going to be difficult for you to get through this season, right? So it's not just about effort, it's also effort and luck, because those things work together. So as these top three, it says you're looking for consistency, you've got some questions, you've got some inquisitions that you're making, you're looking for more visibility, and it's looking like you're on that trajectory, but you don't have a lot of stickiness yet. And then here is Yira, which is whatever you're prospecting is about to be rewarded. The fourth rune we have here is actually Kinas reversed. Kinas upright represents feminine magic, knowledge, esoteric knowledge, the torch, the path in the dark, the light in the dark. And when it's reversed, it means there's a block, right? So it means you're either ignoring pieces of information that are coming to you, you're not seeing them, or there's been a path that's offered to you that you're rejecting, or there's something you're resisting here. It's also could be a block in feminine magic, which a lot of women have to regain and relearn. It's difficult to have connection to that source, especially if you're trying to separate from Abrahamic and Christianic values. So there's a block here of feminine magic. This is not a fertility rune. This is a magic, knowledge, drive, spark. This is like a wands kind of rune, right? So there's a block here, or an upset. Your torch is upside down, which means it can't burn, right? And what that's causing is some issues down here. So the next three runes that we see are Isa, Sowilo, and Otala. Isa is the meditation rune. This is ice. This is the freezing, cold, stillness, winter. Watch instead of talk. Listen instead of talk, right? There's something trying to come through to you, or there's too much noise and you can't make a decision, so you feel frozen, like literally, right? And analysis paralysis. You must quiet your brain. You must remove all of this extra bullshit that you don't need. Get rid of it. It doesn't matter. Strip away what you don't need so you can get the messages that you're looking for. Perthro, which is the questions rune, we can't get answers until we can actually receive them, right? In whatever form that could be directly, verbally, it could be in dreams, it could be in communications, whatever. However you receive messages, you can't right now. There's too much going on. So you need to sit down And you also need to recognize that there is going to be success in this scenario. So Wilo is a success rune. This is victory, joy, domination, happiness, because you've hard earned what you have won here. So Wilo comes to us when we will win. And so as it looks like this feminine magic block is preventing you from being able to sit still and listen. It's also preventing you from succeeding in general, right? It's preventing you from being able to see yourself as a success, or for you to be able to like push through and win whatever scenario you feel stuck in. And then this last rune means there's also upset in the home. Otala is the homeland, property, ancestors, the stuff you own, sometimes your job and security, things like that. So this block is also causing home and family trouble. So resistance and issues with your personal relationships. So let's take a look at this reading as a whole one more time, just to get one last look at it. Overall, it's saying that once you figure out your block, you're going to fix a lot of things. But that block is causing a lot of issues right now, and it spreads throughout your whole life. It's not just you. It's your whole reality will improve by improving this. So we've got consistency and happiness and security and building some wealth. We've got questions, hard questions. It looks like we might get the answers to those because we've got Yura, right? Yura is the reward. We've got a big block here. This block of knowledge, this block of feminine energy, this block of esoteric and knowledge. And that's causing an inability to sit still and listen, an inability to meditate and listen to the self or other people, but really just the self. It's causing a block to success. Like you might feel stuck. You might feel like you can't win. This might be, and it's not depression, but like that depressed feeling you have after you lose something, like that grief period, right? And then here, causing some issues at home as well. So good luck with the block that you're in. I feel like you probably know what it is. And once you work through those pieces, you will be in a much happier path and you'll be able to have more comfort and stability. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Amy. All right, I got a ton of payments from people during that reading, so let me go through them one by one here. So let's start with Cash App because a bunch of those came through. Actually, no, just one came through. No, two of them came through. Okay, the first one is for Sirius. My name is Sirius. What will cause my friend to want to reconcile? Let's find out. The first rune here is Isa. Isa means it is time for you to give them time to sit still. They need to sit still and listen to themselves. They need to sit still. You need to sit still and listen to yourself. This is the quiet. This is the separation, watching instead of talking. This is listening instead of talking. Your person needs some time. In order for them to reconcile, you need to leave them alone and let them think. You also need to stop focusing on them so much. Leave them alone is what it looks like. Now, Thies is a need fire. It's like the thing that you need in order to survive, but it was overturned. It's an upside down rune, right? Or a no, essentially. And so it says, you're not focusing on the right thing right now. You're focused on them, and you should be focused on you. Hopefully that gives you some insight. Thank you, Sirius. How much for a fertility reading? Put it up in this link tree. Anything that you pay for, I will do a reading for based on how much you pay. So like 1 cards are $10, 2 cards are $15, 3 cards are $20. Just make sure you mark it as a fertility reading. Leave a comment or something. You're welcome. Okay. Michelle. Will me and Allie get back together? Yes. You also asked me when, but honestly the runes don't say when. It'll say when you're feeling happier, if that makes sense. Seems like after some time, feeling better, getting some time away, you might reconcile. However, I should also note that the exes are exes for a reason. We should move forward with our relationships. All right. Here's one more. Nope, that's all of them. Okay, so I got all of the Cash App ones. I have, I think, 2 more here on PayPal to go through. Just did that one. Okay, so someone about 11 minutes ago paid for a 1-card reading. What is your name? You love my readings? Thank you. I appreciate it. Is it hot right now? Not today. It's very cool today. What is the weather today? I want to Google it. It is 72 degrees here today. It's beautiful. Magnolia. Thank you, Magnolia. Yes, that is exactly who it is. Okay. So you get a 1-card reading. Did you have a question or did you want a generic reading? How have I been, Mad Bunny? I'm doing good. It's been a nice summer. My garden is growing. Work has been slow. The sun's been shining. I've been digging crystals. It's been great. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, a generic reading. Let's do a generic reading. See what our 1 card is. Here's your reading. Your reading is AWAS. AWAS is the Stop Being a Baby and Take a Step rune. This rune comes to us when we know we want to do something. We want to get from here to here, right? But we don't know how. We don't know what steps to take. There's too many paperwork things. There's too many processes, steps, blah, blah, blah. If you want to get there, you have to do something. It's okay if you take the wrong step and have to take a longer journey. We never go on a straight journey. Our journeys are like this, right? So if you want something and you want this thing, you have to actually take steps towards it. Not pretend steps, not empathy, you got to do the thing. Direct action runs the world, right? So take some direct action and take a step, and it's okay if you fuck up. At least you tried. Trying is the important part. Thank you so much. Are you the descendant of a Viking? You have to do genealogy research to find that out, my dude. I found out that I am a descendant of a Viking. His name is Viking Aji Torsnes, and he was in the Torsnes farm, which is located in Norway, southwestern Norway. And the only reason I was able to find this was because the family had owned a farm and they kept excellent farm records. Viking Aji Torsnes. I have it, but I didn't go that in depth. I know I have the region in my DNA. I mean, honestly, Vikings were a very short time period. Most likely your ancestors were just farmers like the rest of us, Like most of our ancestors were farmers or sailors. If you want to pillage, man, I mean, I cannot say anything more. I don't want my life to get turned off. So what is the reading for today? What do you mean? I kind of want an in-depth love reading, but I'm scared. What are you scared of? The only thing you're going to learn is shit that you need to work on in order to love yourself better. The whole point of rune readings, tarot readings, all this stuff is so that you can gain insight and on how to be a better self, right? So we get the love that we ask for, essentially, and not that we ask for abusive relationships, but if we don't know any better, we don't seek any better, right? So it's up to us to learn better so that we can seek better. All right, let's see here. I did that payment. Checking. I got a couple payments in here. Just a second. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. Okay, someone paid for a 3-card reading. Who paid for a 3-card reading? Tell me your first name so I can give you your reading. It is you. That is you. Thank you. It looks perfect. Thank you. Did you have anything specific you wanted me to do, or did you want a generic reading? Could I ask about me? What's to expect in the coming days? You need to create a safe space and be a safe space. That's what you need. Berkano is a Loki rune, and it's a masculine and feminine magic rune, and it indicates the need to lay low for a while so that you can recuperate, so that the enemy can't find you. So it is a secrecy rune, but not secrecy in terms of badness. It is secrecy in terms of safety. All right, you wanted a love reading. Let's do your love reading, Mr. Phillips. All right, first rune is Issa. Second rune is Algis reversed. Third rune is Fehu. All right, let's take a look at these. This is your reading. Issa, Algis reversed, and Fehu. Issa is the meditation rune. This is the rune of ice, cold, snow, winter, frozen, sitting still. You're listening, you're ingesting, not sending things out. The purpose of snow is to provide water for the earth, right? And it makes everything very still and quiet. And even though it is choking life at that moment, it's also creating life for the future. Issa is a need or a requirement for meditation. You got to listen to yourself. You need to sit down with yourself and understand what it is that you want. There's a lot of people trying to give you advice. There's a lot of other noises that you need to simply remove and sit still with. Sit still with just yourself and not all the extra. Meditate and figure out exactly what it is that you want. The second rune here is Algis reversed. So Algis generally represents protection, and for my readings, this specifically means a physical person. So reversed, it means there is no physical person. It seems like there's either a lack of physicality in your existing relationship, or you're wondering if you actually need someone else at this point in time anyways, right? Because when we're tired of the love we receive, it means that we're ready to grow and require and demand higher quality love. That requires us to grow and become, more aware of ourselves and what we want and what we need. And it requires us to find another partner who actually matches that, right? So you're wondering at this point in time, is it worth it? It is, but it's worth it for yourself, not for other people. And the complete, rejection of physical pieces there indicates that what you are seeking is something that's more valuable. Something that if you remove the physical part from the relationship, is it still there? And if the answer is yes, then that's probably closer in line to what you're seeking. Maybe no one-night stands kind of love. Fehu here is the wealth rune. And this could be an indication of either you're seeking stability or you're creating stability. This rune comes to us when we are comfortable, when we have stability, when we're making money, we can pay the bills. We think that there's enough for the future. Like, this is creating future stuff, right? So it's not quick cash, it's long-term shit. And that doesn't mean investments or anything. It just means you're building something that can last a while instead of building something that will break tomorrow. So in terms of a love reading, what I'm seeing here is that you're really wrestling with yourself and a need to really remove all the extra shit and sit still and understand what it is that you actually want and listen to yourself instead of other people. It looks like you're considering the value of the physical piece at all, right? And understanding what love looks like when you remove that part and how to express and receive types of non-physical love, because those exist, right? And then also gaining some stability, building something long term. This could be building a family rune, if that's what you're looking for. But really it's steady, it's secure, you can depend on it, and you work with it constantly to ensure that it's always growing, like a gardening rune. You know, gardening is only successful if you're always out there gardening, right? And the cow needs to be milked every day. It'll give you all the milk you want, but you got to milk it every day, otherwise it gets sick and you don't get your milk. So hopefully that gives you some insight. Thank you so much for being here today. Monica, you hope I could answer your question. What is your question? Oh man, I got a bunch of ones coming through here. So just a second here. Let's check and see. Okay, no Cash App. Cool. All right, I had a new payment come through here from someone. I don't want to say your name. $20 for a 3-card reading? Yes. I don't want to say your name, but if you just paid me for a 3-card reading about 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, please tell me your name. So, and if you had a specific, yes. Rob. Thank you, Rob. That is correct. I think there was another one that actually came through. I think I actually got two. I got 2 separate 3-card readings. Yes, Robert and Dory. Okay, thank you guys, both of you. So Robert, I'm going to do yours first right now, and Dory, I will do yours second, since you guys claim them in that order. Robert. Thank you, Dory. I appreciate you. You're next in line. Robert, did you have a specific question, or did you want me to do a general reading for you? Will Casey ever pick me first? Oof. We have to remember that the journeys we go on are our own, and we cannot drag or kick people with us. It is important for us to remember that we are going to meet, when we meet people, we meet them where they are. Right? There is nothing wrong with wanting someone to change. In fact, that's a very human thing. It's very human for people who don't treat us well, for us to desire for them to treat us better or to pick us first, right? Unfortunately, humans are pretty selfish with a lot of their ideals, especially when they're in a survival space, and it is never in our benefit, ever, for us to try and hope or expect for people to change from exactly where they are today, right? It sucks. It hurts. As humans, we want nothing more than closure. All we want is closure, and for that person to say they're sorry and to actually mean it and to fix it and do better, but they don't. And if they're going to do it, they're going to do it for themselves. They're not going to do it for you. You will have nothing to do with it. And that sucks too, right? Because generally the people that hurt us the most are the people that we love the most, right? But we don't get closure from people. Closure is for them. It's not for us. So with that, here is your reading. Your first card is Urus. Urus is the transformational warrior. This is the rune that comes to us when we are ready to go through the transformation of student to master, or student to warrior, or predator, prey animal to warrior, right? When we are ready to start growing and changing and actually becoming the person that we think we want to be, or we know we want to be, that is the Urus journey, the young warrior's transformation. And this makes you more mature and disciplined, and it makes you more forward thinking, right? But it takes a lot of work. It takes consistency, and you have to practice a lot, right? Other people aren't going to go on this journey. The warrior's journey is for the selective few who are willing to go through that, the people who are willing to go through the change, who are willing to lose and let go of the things that no longer serve them or things that hurt them. Not everybody is capable of doing that, right? And so when you want something from someone else, and they don't give it to you, they're not going to give it to you. Do not wait. What you can do is give that love and that effort and that desire to yourself. The second rune here is Turisas. Turisas is the resistance rune. It means that if you're trying to do something and you're facing a lot of backlash, a lot of red tape, a lot of people trying to stop you, a lot of just resistance, thorns in your path, right? Your feet are slow. It's like that dream where you can't run fast enough, right? Turisas means that other people are stopping you from doing what you want, right? And that makes sense given the question that you asked. The person that you want to change is not going to. They are only putting thorns in your path, and they are only going to slow you down. The last rune here is Lagus. Lagus is the flexibility rune. This means that you need to go where the water is taking you. You are drowning because you're fighting against a river, but all you need to do is relax a little bit and follow the direction you're supposed to be going instead of fighting it, and life will get a lot easier. Now, this is not saying bend over and take your life. What this is saying is that there's a clear direction you're supposed to be going, and you know it, and you're fighting it. Instead of fighting it, go with it and see what happens. Open up your mind, open up your heart, and flow with this river of Lagus, right? Lagus is water. Water gives us life. Water kills us. It doesn't care. Water does what it does. It carves canyons. It carves entire spaces that are thousands of feet up and down all by itself. It didn't need you and it didn't need me. And being able to just do your thing without worrying about other people is a very liberating feeling. So hopefully, friend, you get some insight from this and you start to put yourself first, because the people that we love, if they won't put us first, that's okay. But we have to move on when they refuse to do that. You're welcome. Good luck. All right. Dory, you are next in line. Is the Willow Fireworks good for a 3-card reading? How many coins is that? Dory, what was your question? What kind of reading would you like? Kylie, will I have the courage to leave soon? Yes, you will. Good luck. $5.99. $5.99. I could give you a 2-card reading for that. You're welcome. Dory, what was your question? Ellen, will I go to Germany this year? Odds are pretty good for that. Oh, I think there's a cat in the yard. Oh my goodness, can you guys hear the dogs? Micah, thank you. So that's a 2-card. What was your specific question? Or did you just want some cards? I'm also waiting for Dory to tell me what their question was. There it is. Will my husband move in with me? Ooh, let's find out. Okay. So the 3 runes that you picked were Fehu, which is wealth, Wunjo, which is joy, and Kinas Reverse, which is a block of feminine energy. So Fehu is a wealth rune, and it generally means finances, stability, long-term stability, and making sure that, like, the bills are paid. That's what Fehu kind of means. It's the bills are paid, you got a little put away. This is like the 10 of Pentacles card, right? Where everything's fine, got a little extra. In fact, you might have enough to where you're creating enough for the future. So will your husband move in with you? It looks like based on this reading, the odds are good. Fehu is wealth and money and generational wealth. Wunjo is joy and happiness. This is a very simple rune. It just means that, joy and happiness. And when it's upright with a relationship reading, that's great news because the cards will always tell me if there's a lack of joy. However, there was a reversal here, which was Kinas. Kinas is the upright, is a feminine rune. It is a rune of knowledge and feminine esoteric, like ritual. It's the torch in the dark. It is the leading you into the light kind of rune. Now, when it's overturned like this, what it means is that there is a block towards enlightenment. There's a block towards feminine magic. There's a block towards that torch in the dark, right? Like snuffing out that torch. So it looks like, yes, there's a lot of happiness here. There's some wealth. There's some happiness here. But there is this pretty significant block of knowledge. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, right? This block could be in relevance to you, and it could be in relevance to them. But this is probably what your question is, though. This is probably what you're worried about, this reversed feminine aspect. I'm going to just pull one more card because I'm very interested. Maybe it'll give us a clue. Ah, a seed, Ingus. Ingus is a new thing. Sometimes it means fertility and pregnancy and childbirth. Sometimes it means like a new project or a new chapter, like a new stage in life. And sometimes it can mean growing something that already exists. So it looks like there's a growth piece here also attached to it. So your reversed Kinas is attached to Ingus. Oh, are you struggling with, that might be a fertility thing. That could be a fertility thing for either of you, honestly. So, hopefully that gives you some insight. I'm still intrigued, though. Good luck. No, you were 64. Okay. So it seems like usually when Ingus comes in and you're not looking for children, it means the start of a new thing. It's the beginning of a new journey. It means it's something that's still delicate. So it means that you've planted the seed and there's roots growing, but there's really no visible demonstration of those seeds yet, right? So it says something is growing, but it's fragile. You can't quite see it yet, but it could bloom into something very, very, very beautiful if the conditions are right. So, good luck. All right, Micah, what you got for me? Let's see what your two cards are, Micah. All right, you pulled Kinas, which is Loki's room. We got Kinas all over today, you guys. Loki is everywhere in this room. And Issa, ice and fire. So, in accordance to my spiritual beliefs, I follow Norse mythology, but I reject all of the Norse Christianized stuff, right? I do not see Odin as the Allfather. I see Odin as the demiurge because that's what he is. He's a tyrant who uses his power for his own benefit. And I also see all the gods that way. Gods use power for their own benefit. They do not use it for ours, with the exception of Loki and fire fire being knowledge. So when I see a reading with what I consider to be the proto first boots on the ground of whatever humanity might be, that would be Gulvieg and Loki. So the creator of this world, according to Norse mythology, was Odin, the supposed demiurge. But he created it out of Ymir's bones. And Ymir was one of the very first primordial giants who was formed in that goo. He was created from the ice and the fire places coming together, because there was Muspelsheimer, which is the hot place, and then there's the cold place, which is Niflheimer. And they came together, and as they came together, there was those chemical reactions, and that primordial goop created a lot of things. One of them was Ymir. Another one was Angerboda, or not Angerboda, it was a Dumbla, who was the sacred cow. And she was the spawn or the progenitor of the Aesir race, which is all of those Aesir gods that you read about in the Norse stories. Ymir, however, created a bunch of giants, Thursian giant races, and his bones and blood created the earth itself, supposedly, and his blood is the water, and his bones are the mountains, and anyways, ice and fire. We've got Kinas. Well, it looks like what you're doing is harnessing both sides. You're harnessing the ice and the fire right now. That's what I see. You pulled very directly. So anyways, I was going back and I got distracted. So Ymir's first creation, his first, what do they call it in the book? Ginunga, Great Ginunga power or something like that. I can't remember exactly. He created a serpentine twin flame, and this serpentine twin flame was made of ice and fire. So that's what these two are. Angerboda, or Gulvieg, and Loki. And so the serpentine twin flame is what initiated a lot of activity down here. Anyways, I'm telling you this because it looks like you're doing both divine, masculine, and feminine things. You're bringing the masculine and the feminine together. You're creating something messy, but that doesn't mean bad, right? You're creating something based on desire, based on energy, based on magic, based on feeling. Like this is a primordial creation combination, right? So it is learning how to balance the ice and the fire as well, right? So learning how to harness it means you need to experiment with it and practice, but you also need to be safe, and you also need to be well-rounded. Because if we're not well-rounded or imbalanced, then we become wanton to whatever it is we're focusing on. So as a general reading, I would say keep looking for those pieces of knowledge that Loki is probably laying out for you. There's probably very obvious clues, and you're just getting directed on a path, and this path is fire and knowledge and passion. And also to make sure you're listening to yourself. There's a lot of noise in the room. There's always a lot of noise in the room. Everything wants your attention all the time, right? All the time. And the person who should be determining your truth is you. And you can do that. You can discover your voice, your true voice, by removing all the extra, which takes work. It's hard to do that, right? But that's part of the warrior's process. So, ice and fire. Good luck. All right, let's see here. Let's answer a couple more yes or no questions, but I can tell my voice is starting to go, so I'm probably going to drop off here soon. I'll answer your yes or no questions for a couple more minutes, and then I will pop off. Bassie, will S reach out tomorrow? Yes. Danny, will I sell my house this month? Looks like yes. I do not answer fertility questions unless you pay me. You can do that up here in my link tree. Should I buy a restaurant in New Mexico? Yes. Desigan, does Fee have romantic feelings for me? Yes. Claudia, is he going to ask me to marry him this year? No. What does the back of the card read? This is just it's just the logo of the deck. But it's got an 8-pointed star and a couple moons on it. Someone asked me what was the other question? Does Fernando hate me? Yeah, he's pissed. Will I get a permanent job? Not right now. It's not. Apparently, it's not what you're focused on. I thought it would be a straight no or so. Oh, no or something. I mean, it's almost always yes or no questions or yes or no's, but sometimes a little extra comes through, so I answer it with that. Kylie, should I lose contact with Alex? Absolutely. You need to be safe. Safety is your concern. If he doesn't make you feel safe, or you wouldn't bring him into your inner circle and feel like that's a safe thing to do, then drop him. Carolina, Montreal. Is Steve in love with me? Yes. Leave him for Valhalla. I see Valhalla the same way I see heaven. But I would rather go to Valhalla than heaven, that's for sure. Will I find love? Absolutely. With yourself, homie. What do I think about the movie Northman? I did not watch it, actually. I've heard it's either amazing or terrible. I have not heard any, like, in-betweens about it. I like... Will I get a raise? Yes. Ow. Will my marriage be healed? No. Too much pain, too much hurt, too much disruption. It is over. Good luck. What is my favorite thing about tarot? That the answers come to you without, the answers just come. I don't have to, like, make up an answer. I can tell a story. I can help people get the answers. They're not what they're looking for. I don't want to tell people what they want to hear. But I also want to tell people what they might need to hear in a way that they can actually, like, accept it. So my favorite thing about tarot is being able to understand the person better. Because when the person understands themselves better, they can make a more impactful decision on how to move forward. Always have the cutest glasses. Thank you. This is actually my last pair of glasses. I don't know where my squid ones are in a case somewhere. I play VR sometimes, and these glasses fit into the VR machine. So I wear these when I'm playing VR. But I think I'm done answering tarot questions and rune questions for the day. I think it's been at least an hour, considering my voice is getting gravelly. But if you've been here this whole time, or if you've been here for a minute, please follow me. I am online several times a week, always on the weekends. I answer yes or no questions for free all the time. I also do in-depth readings, as you've seen. If you would like an in-depth reading, but you're shy, you don't want me to do it on a live, you want me to send you one as an analysis or an email or something instead, I can do that. I also do one-on-one phone calls, but you got to message me because I have to actually schedule that. So, oh, hello. You missed me this time. Yeah, you did miss me this time. I've been on for what feels like years, but it's probably been an hour. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. It was nice hanging out with you guys. Remember to follow me. I'm trying really hard to hit 10,000 followers. I'm at 9,000 plus now, so we're creeping and creeping, hoping to get there. Yeah, catch me next time. I won't be on tonight, but I might be on tomorrow during the day, and I'll almost guaranteedly be online on Tuesday during the day because I am on vacation here at the house. So I'll be able to do live readings during the day instead of having to wait until the evening because I work. Will I hit 10K? I hope so. Well, we're at 9175 right now, so I would say we could probably hit 10K in the next week or two. which would be awesome because then I can set up playlists and sort the tarot readings from the shuffling, from the gardening stuff, from all the other things. That's actually my main goal for 10,000. There's a lot of options that become available to people when they hit 10,000 followers, but like I keep hearing mixed reviews about stuff. So, I don't know. Awesome. Well, it was nice seeing you guys. Thank you for being here. Again, please follow me, and I hope to see you on another live soon. Have an awesome day.